Hey guys, this week I want to talk to you a bit about how long it can take to get out of debt. And you might be working through paying off your debt, and I just want to encourage you guys to keep at it and really do your best because it is possible. I'm going to share a lot of numbers with you guys and kind of a time frame of how long it took for us to pay off our debt. So we started out with a total of about 87,000 US dollars. It's 615,000 Danish kroner, so depending on the exchange rate, it's right about there. To us, that was a lot. We got out of a company and we lost some money in that whole adventure, and then we had credit cards and we had student loans. So all of that amounted to a huge number in our eyes. We had a total of 7 bank accounts with debt in them. Big red flags, it was horrible, and then on top of that we had 2 student loans, one each. The range of the loans was from $2,500 up to $26,000. So they were kind of big and it took us a long time to work through them. Now it's important for me to let you guys know that we were at a point where we had just gotten out of our company. We were completely burned out both mentally and physically. So taking extra jobs and doing a lot of extra work that way was very difficult for us, and we had a very low income for the first 2 years of doing this whole debt paying off thing. So that is a big part of the story, and that is part of why it took us probably longer than you could do, but I feel like it also makes it more realistic because there are different circumstances and not everyone are going to be able to just really pounce at it and do 2 jobs and stuff like that. So keeping it real here. The first thing we did was to pay off a chunk of our debt that we got from getting out of the company. We got some tax back because we did lose a significant amount of money. So that was kind of lucky, but we used that to just pay right back into our debt. Besides that, we started attacking our 2 credit cards. Everything else was pretty much minimum payments. In August 2012, we paid off our first loan. Yay! And then the ball finally started rolling. So we had about 1.5 years in the beginning where we were just doing minimum payments and we had very low income, so we weren't able to do much. But what we did get back in taxes and everything else, we really threw at the debt. So we were able to pay off the first loan after 1.5 years. Yay! 6 months later, we paid off the next account, and 4 months after that, we paid off 2 more accounts. So we were really starting to gain some momentum, but those were also some of the smaller loans. And then we still really had to keep at the big ones. They took an eternity. That's what it feels like when you're in it. But it's a weird thing because you have all of these small debts paid off or smaller, and then you can really celebrate, and that gives you the steam to move on to the next bigger ones. During 2014, our income really increased, and so did our energy, and we were able to pay off the last of our bank loans in December of 2014, which was a really great day. I remember we were traveling in California visiting some friends, and we did this happy dance, and I think we even posted it to Instagram or something. That was a really big milestone for us. It took us all of 2015 to pay off the last $14,000, and in October we finally did it. That was the rest of our student loans. It had the smallest interest rate, so we attacked that at the end, and after 5 years we're finally done. The marathon had finally ended. So it took us 3 years on a low to modest income, and only one of us actually really making an income. And then the last 2 years we had a better income and we were able to pay off a lot more each month. To some people 5 years might be short, to some people it might be an eternity. It all depends. We did the best that we could, and I feel really good about how we did it. I think the most important thing is just to remember the goal and then stick together in the whole process. If you're a couple, use each other, get encouragement from family, whoever supports you. You just have to be patient with it and keep at it, and you will get there in the end. I can almost promise you. Of course, I don't know you exactly, but the method works, and you just have to get into all the little details, stay on top of it, use the envelope system, use Rachel Cruz talks about the clip system. Check your bank account at least once a week, which really helps you to stay on top of every transaction. So I think that would be my advice. I hope you could use this story. I know it's very personal and I'm sharing a lot of numbers and stuff, so please don't be too judgmental in the comments down below. It's personal, that's how finances are, but I really hope that this encourages you guys to stick with it and believe that it is possible to get it done. That's it for this week, and I think in 2 weeks I'm gonna give you a full tour of this caravan camper that we renovated. I'm currently in Italy, in Florence, and we're enjoying it. So head on over to One Girl One Suitcase over here to check out our travel videos if you're interested. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Bye!